Wakati unaona mbunge chairman wa committee ya defense anasema shoot to kill. The reason why Belgut MP Nelson Koech akona confidence ya kuorder shoot to kill is because anajua kwa hiyo maandamano mtoto wake hatakuwa. Anajua mtoto wake hana reason ya kuandamana. Anajua mtoto wake akigonjeka atalipiwa ndege aende India. Mtoto wake hasomi in the public education system that has failed. They go to Ivy League schools. Their children do not come to Kikomba, so hata pata cholera. They shop in the mini marts in Muthaiga and the rest. So when he says shoot to kill, the only people in his mind, it's you and me. People who are suffering here, you can barely manage your daily life, and that is the person he's targeting. That member of parliament is an enemy of the people.
Sisi kama upande wa upinzani, we've got no reason whatsoever kwenda kuambia ati maguns, hata tuna fedha kwenda kuhaya maguns, ati wakuja waingie kwenye maduka za watu na waharibu. Hii ni biashara ya watu ambao wako ndani ya serikali. Wala ambao siwezi kusema kwamba labda rais anahusika, lakini unajua at the end of the day the buck stops at his door. Kama kuna watu ambao wanafanya mambo kwa jina ya rais ama kwamba hii ni utawala wetu lazima tu defend. Nimeona mbunge mmoja sio Belgut, chairman wa defense committee akisema kwamba hii utawala lazima wailinde na lazima ikuwe ya two term.
Actually yeye amesema kama ni sio shoot tu kwa legs.
Yes.
Shoot to kill yeyote ambaye
so naona kila mtu anaanza kutoa amri yake shoot to kill. But the day itakuwa ni mtoto wako ambaye amepigwa risasi kwa sababu kulikuwa na amri ya shoot to kill, watu wataamuka kwenye usingizi. Maana wewe unajua kwamba hiyo amri umetoa inaenda kuwa mtoto wa mtu mwingine, sio mtoto wako. Your children are cushioned. Mtoto wa waziri, mtoto wa MP, hakuna wakati atapatikana kule kwa barabara. Kwa hivyo ile order ya shoot to kill haitamwadhiri yeye. Lakini wewe jiulize, kama ile order umetoa itakuja kuadhiri mtoto wako, kweli utasimama na hiyo order useme kwamba shoot to kill na piga tu paka uwe, sio kupiga mguu vile rais asema hapana, piga paka kichwa mtu afanye nini mtu aake. Ni kwa sababu kuna watu vile nilikuwa ninasema ni kwamba kuna watu ambao wamejiweka outside the society that are operating above it. Ile problem ambayo na Kenya wanapitia hawa haiwahusu, hawa kule juu. Ndio naona mtu anasema shoot to kill na anacheka.
A state officer standing up and saying you can shoot people as if people don't die from gunshot wounds. Honorable Speaker, we saw Rex Masai, the young man who was killed during the protest, was shot in the leg. So how can you tell people to shoot people in the leg as if those injuries are sustainable injuries? So, Honorable Speaker, we want to make it very clear that as a country, we have totally lost our way. And we will not have a conversation with someone telling us to wait for 2027 when he's not giving us a chance to get to 2027. He has become an existential threat for this country, and he must go as soon as possible. I thank you.
Ni Kenya mambo inakimbia. Juzi tu tulikuwa tunasema wheelbarrow. Sasa tuko kwa wheelchair. Hey, Mr. William. Mr. William, utatuonesha mambo. Nani anaweza kuwa na yenye atumii in case, just in case? Mnisaidie moja. Na musiye mahali pengine. Mumesikia ni wapi? Kwa mguu peke yake. Mambo ya kuwei kichwa sijui na kifua no. Sisi wote tukalie wheelchair. Ama tunakuwa tumelaaniwa. Ama tulikosea.
You know, Nelson Koech is just a little boy in the supermarket throwing a tantrum because his mom refused to give him candy. Nelson Koech is out here screaming and shouting that the police should shoot to kill. This is a government of very emotional people who they have zero thinking capacities. And Kenyans, we will not stoop to their level of stupidity and arrogance. We will not reduce ourselves to be like them. We refuse. Endeleeni kuthrow tantrums zenyu kaa watoto because that's what you are, boys, little boys. You're not men, you're not grown at all. And it keeps showing the level of maturity you have is zero and null and void. There is this push that I'm seeing from the government to plunge our country into a state of emergency where they will claim, oh, there was so much violence, we're going to shut it down to go into a state of emergency. Besides a state of emergency, the other game they might try and play is they decide, no, there's not going to be elections. That's what they're trying to do. So we can see these games clearly being played, changing the narrative to now at, oh, it's unemployment. Ruto comes and says, mimi nilikuwa hapa sijui unemployment. No matter what you do, no matter how many tantrums you throw, no matter how much you raise your voice, again, you keep proving to this country that you're just a bunch of little boys. We are not going to stoop down to the level of terrorism that you showed us on Monday, or stoop down to the level of arrogance and raising our voices because we're upset. Nah, guys, we're not going to fall for this nonsense. You guys are boring at this point. There's nothing exciting about anything you have to say.
Machaji na manyonyo, its actions have consequences. Check polisi, sasa ako kivyake, ako peke yake na familia yake peke yake sasa. Hata nimesikia hata afford kulipa lawyer jo. Wale mapolisi mabesa zake hakuna hata mmoja alionekana kwa hiyo koti. Alafu ule polisi mwingine walikuwa na yeye. Usikii yeye ameachiliwa, alafu ata testify against umse. Unacheki? So wejua tu action iko na consequences. Saizi unaambiwa tu we shoot tu. Huwa tu raia. One day. Sasa huyu jamaa huyu labda ataozea ndani jo. Unaona? Buda nakwambia ni ngori usitake jua.
One time. So I've been walking down this street for what seems like forever now. One time. Yeah, man. So everyone's saying one term about the president. So I've been walking down this street for a street road, don't know what it is, but been walking down here for ages. One term, yeah? What's your name? Jack. What's your name? Lauman. Nice to meet you, bro.
Kama wakina Koech wakiongea hivyo wakisema watu uliwe, huo ni tunafaa tujilaumu. Wale watu wenye waliamkanga asubuhi na wale wa mama wa Kikuyu walikuwa wanasema watu wataamka asubuhi, alafu kuna wazee wengine walikuwa wanasema William Ruto hata kama ni mwizi tunataka huyo mwizi. Tunafaa wajilaumu sana. Walitupea shida kubwa sana yenye hatujui itatutake how long kurekebisha. Juu sasa Ruto alichaguliwa, wale watu wenye walichaguliwa na yeye tukianzia na huyu Gachagua, tuende wakina Koech, bunge wote ni disgrace sana. Kama wa Kenya tunafaa tujilaumu. Hii shida yote ni sisi tulijiletea, na ndio maana 2027 inafaa tutumia akili mingi sana 2027 tukiamua wale wenye watu tutapea kura waweze kutuongoza. Kwa sababu we can't allow ourselves to be in this situation ever again. Hapana, hatuwezi kuwa tunapea watu kama wakina Koech leadership waweze kutuongelesha vile wanataka, akisema watu wauliwe tu hivyo anyhow, wakijua kuna judicial system ya kuhandle vitu kama hizo za criminal. Unaona, hata constitution allow mtu yote kuua anyone. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo.
Breaking news after the president of Kenya ordering the police to shoot the legs of those vandalizing properties. The Belgut MP Mr. Nelson Koech has echoed what the president said. He has said thank you to the president, but he has added something else. He has told the officers to not only shoot the legs but also kill the protesters. This is where Kenya is going to. This is where Kenya is headed to. Mr. Koech forgets that he also has children. He forgets that power is transient. There is a day that he will come to leave power. So Mr. Koech, before you run out your mouth, just know there are repercussions for this. And NCIC should take this matter and sue this young man. Uni mzee na fikiri. NCIC will only go for the allies of Gachagua and will leave people with hate speech like Mr. Nelson Koech.
The National Security Chairman has suggested an order of shoot to kill. Now, he's actually arguing that the order of the president yesterday of shoot the leg is not really appropriate. It does not hold any water. It only makes sense when you shoot somebody to kill if they feel like anarchy is the way to go. I mean, now, he has also reiterated that there is no way somebody can take advantage of the maandamano to destroy other people's businesses and expect to go scot-free. Listen to this.
Kuna na mimi nataka niseme na nishukuru Rais William Samoei Ruto. Wakati jana umesema shoot but do not kill. I want to repeat it here. In fact, shoot and kill. You cannot have someone coming after your life and you do not want to shoot and kill. You cannot have someone who is going to terrorize you and your family and you are telling me you cannot shoot and kill. You cannot have someone who is coming after your businesses armed and with weapons and you want to tell me that you cannot use shoot and kill. The Constitution, the Police Act has given the police the powers to use their arms where they have evaluated the risk of their lives is in danger. And I want to say, these people have been terrorizing people. Anyone who wants to go to a protected area like State House is not an ordinary person. That is a criminal. That is an armed person that must be dealt with equal force. And the only force that applies to such people is to shoot and kill. If you think that the government is sending goons and assassins to attack people's property and investments, why do you have a problem when the government then goes after the people they have sent, as you claim? Watch, we will arrest everyone, and I can tell you they are terrorists, and they are going to be charged as either facilitating terrorism or they are terrorists themselves. Yule mama ambaye alichomewa biashara yake ya county supermarket alifanya makosa gani? Upuzi yenu mnatuambia sijui one term ya nani? Nani alikuambia sisi ndio tutakaa one term? Kibaki hakukaa one term, Uhuru hakukaa one term. Sisi umeona wakati imetufikia ndio sisi ni washenzi tukae one term. Tunapiga term mbili fululizo. Kama taifa la Kenya na kama jamii hatuwezi hata siku moja, na wasifikirie sisi ni waoga ati wanatupangia na sisi tumekaa hivi. Kama ni kupanga, wasifikirie hatuwezi kupanga. Ni vile tunapenda amani na wachunge hii amani sana. This country, blood has been shed enough times. And we will want to warn all those who want to orchestrate violence in our nation that we will not allow the temptation to join your chorus.
2 Kenyans have exercised their freedom of expression and freedom of conscience, as well as right to belief and opinion. Let's listen to them.
Nalishukuru Rais William Samoei Ruto. Wakati jana umesema shoot but do not kill. I want to repeat it here. In fact, shoot and kill. You cannot have someone coming after your life and you do not want to shoot and kill.
Wewe ni ndugu, wewe ni dada ya mtu. Unatumwa kwenda ku abduct mtu ambaye hana silaha, si mgaidi na si mwizi wa mali ya umma. Jiulize hii swali. For how long am I going to be used by this government to continue making the children of other people suffer?
Now, the first speaker, Nelson Koech, is a member of parliament, chairperson of the National Assembly Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee, and a man of significant connections to the political power center. The second speaker is new to many Kenyans, including myself. He is called Godfrey Masiaga Kakan Mayo, a young man who posted his opinion on TikTok, an opinion that earned him a visit by officers of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. From his post, Mayo is extremely upset with the spate of abductions in Kenya, and his sense of justice is unmistakably strong.
A time is coming. You guys will go to abduct someone, and most of you will not go back to the stations alive. Mark my words.
Now, for this admittedly fiery, justice and fairness spirited post, Mayo was arrested by the DCI ostensibly for inciting violence against the police. Never mind that some of the consequences Mayo is evoking are divine and unspecified. He is inviting, or is it inciting God, the Almighty, to deliver justice for families of victims of abduction?
The wrath of God will descend upon you, and most of you will not return to the stations alive. Mark my words.
Now, in dashing to arrest this young man, the authorities are yet again missing another opportunity to do nothing but listen. A young man has expressed something he felt so strongly about. What if this is exactly how a million other young Kenyans feel tonight?
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Shift share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe. We must also condemn the legacy politicians and the police who are deployed to kill people in their residences. Not a single person was killed in the CBD. All the deaths recorded are recorded in residential areas. Who are there with guns? Police. Not a single recorded death in the hands of a civilian. So, the people have had their say. The police decided to further again disobey the constitution and commit acts of atrocities against the people by killing them in their residential areas. That we must condemn and demand for accountability.
What do you make of the presence of that particular, I don't know whether to call it special rapid response unit that was dispatched? And we saw, of course, the Subarus down there. Do you think that we are getting back to that particular era?
We are not getting back. We are there. We've always been there. That has been the modus operandi of William Ruto and his Cabral.
Okay.
They set up a killer unit, give them Subaru vehicles and guns to go and shoot aimlessly and kill civilians. So we are there. And that's why I say there must be accountability, even those OCSs of those respective areas. When the dust settles, the OCS is in charge of every unit of a police unit operating in its jurisdiction. Number one on the dock will be the officer in charge of the police stations in those jurisdictions where the deaths have occurred. They hold command responsibility. If they cannot bring these black Subarus and the occupants to court, they are the ones who will be charged under the doctrine of command responsibility. The DCI, he bears ultimate responsibility. The IG Kanja bears responsibility. They are the ones who hold command responsibility over these units. And failure to prosecute the perpetrators, they will be charged under the doctrine of command responsibility. I can say it here on live. IG Kanja and DCI, at the end of the day, they are defining their destiny. They are defining their future. They are laying the roadmap to how they will be remembered. And it will all end up in them answering for the killings that we've witnessed. That is now part of their mark. Where we are now, we are not discussing about perpetuating a regime. Everybody is defining their future.
Okay.
And they're defining their future to be one where they must be called to account. And calling to account will mean being arraigned in court. In this particular instance, I can even dare say, even if they die before that time comes, they will be tried posthumously and convicted. So you count 9th of August 22, to 8th of August 2023. That is 1 year. So that when we are starting 9th of August 23, we have now moved to the next year. So year 1 is 9th of August 22, ends on 8th of August 23. That's year 1.
Okay.
Year 2 is 9th of August 23 to 8th of August 24. Year 3 is 9th of August 24 to 8th of August 25. Year 4 is 9th of August 25 to 8th of August 26. Then the most important is year 5, running from 9th of August 2026, ending on the 8th of August 2027. Write that one down. Year 5 runs from 9th of August 2026
and it ends on the 8th of August 2027. You are told in Article 136(2)(a) to find the second Tuesday in August inside the 5th year and conduct your elections. It can only be in 2026. If it had said after 5 years, we will have done it in 2027. If it had said every 5 years, it will have been in 2027. But it said inside the 5th year, 9th of August 26 to 8th of August 27. Find the second Tuesday in August.
Does the president know mempangia hivi? Yo, so basically elections ni 2026.
2026. But legacy politicians are lying to Kenyans. And our people are suffering for lack of knowledge.
So si tulikuwa nangoja kufanya election 2027.
I am now struggling with a nation that seems to think and forget that a president is entitled to a 5-year term. He's not. How are we going to achieve this? We'll achieve this purely by saying, adherence to the Constitution, go and look at your Constitution, second Tuesday of August in the 5th year, conduct your elections. Pure and simple. Are there any budgetary implications of this? Of course, we finance our elections management body every year, and we make provisions on the conduct of those elections. And so the budget implications of it are not out of the ordinary. They are the usual financial commitments the Kenyan people make whenever they are supposed to donate their sovereign power to their democratically elected representatives. Are there supporting cases in support of this? I'll say this. One thing Kenyans need to understand: the structure of our constitution adopted the American model. That is why you have a Supreme Court. You have a bicameral parliament. You have a pure presidential system. This model was moving away from the Westminster model, mixed member, which was a quasi-presidential and quasi-parliamentary system. We went purely presidential system. And if the American Constitution was at the background of our drafting, and we've adopted those structures, we equally adopted the 4-year term limits for elected offices. But for certainty, the Constitution of Kenya adopted that the elections are held on the second Tuesday of August, in the 5th year, inside the 5th year. So you are guaranteed a 4-year term. Then on the second Tuesday in August, we conduct elections in that 5th year.
Okay. All right.
Sasa hii leo tumpatie tu lakini.
Yes, let's.
And I find that the more crooked you are in the Kenyan political arena, the quicker you succeed. I don't know why. They don't, and I say the electorate seem to want these tainted people. I don't know what's wrong with them. If they have a chance to choose somebody who's straight, who's on the surface of it looks reasonably straight, they're not interested. They want these ones that lie to them, these ones that cheat them, these ones that run. Provided he has bags of money to spread around, they're quite happy.
Hey CJ, what do you have to tell young people?
Young people, please make sure that you have registered, and when the registration of voters comes, let everyone register. Let everyone register. That is the most important thing I can tell you as of now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nyamisa, what do you think?
I agree with you. Make sure you have your ID and make sure you're registered as a voter.
Exactly.
Register as a voter, as CJ has said.
Thank you.
One term is real, one term is unstoppable, and no violence. We need peace, but one term is real. Hii hata Mungu ameweka sahihi. Hii kampuni ya profesa na dokta sio ni ikiwaka. Hata mtoe pesa ngapi, mshuke juu, mshuke chini, muende kando, muende katikati. Hii one term is real. Asi machezo.
Saizi nguvu imebaki ni ya maandamano peke yake, si ndio?
akitaka kwenda unamuitishia Uber chap chap. Hakuna kubembeleza punda kwa mteremuko. Mwambie
enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.